Welcome back to the channel, USA Coins 69, coin lovers and history buffs. Today, we're diving deep into a fascinating piece of American numismatic history, the iconic Kennedy half-dollar from the 1776 to 1976 bicentennial edition. This coin isn't just a piece of currency, it's a symbol, a celebration, and for collectors, a treasure chest of stories and incredible value. First, let's set the scene. The year 1976 was monumental for the United States, the nation's bicentennial. Celebrating 200 years since the Declaration of Independence, the country was alive with patriotism, parades, and commemorations. The U.S. Mint marked this historic milestone by issuing special bicentennial coins, including the quarter, dollar, and half-dollar. Among these, the Kennedy half-dollar took on a unique and lasting significance. Unlike the usual coins, these bicentennial Kennedy half-dollars weren't dated 1976 alone. Instead, they proudly bore the dual dates 1776 to 1976 on their obverse, symbolizing 200 years of American independence. This was the only time in U.S. coinage history that a date range was used on circulating coins. It made the coin instantly recognizable and highly collectible. The design on this special half-dollar is truly captivating. On the obverse, you'll find the familiar portrait of President John F. Kennedy, the 35th president, whose image has adorned half-dollars since 1964. But the real magic lies on the reverse. Instead of the usual presidential seal, the bicentennial coin showcases a striking rendition of Independence Hall in Philadelphia, where the Declaration of Independence was debated and adopted. The depiction is detailed and imbued with patriotic pride. Framed by the dual date, this coin beautifully blends history, artistry, and national pride into a small, silver disc that millions of Americans carried in their pockets. But here's the catch: while millions were minted, the 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half-dollar comes in several versions, and not all are created equal when it comes to rarity and value. The majority of these bicentennial half-dollars were minted in large quantities at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, bearing the familiar P and D mint marks respectively. They were made primarily for circulation but also struck in limited quantities as special collector's editions with a S mint mark from the San Francisco Mint. These were proof coins, made with exceptional quality and shine for collectors. The most common coins from Philadelphia and Denver, especially those that circulated widely, tend to have modest collector value, typically worth only a few dollars above face value if in average condition. But what sets some of these coins apart, and makes them incredibly valuable, is their condition, rarity, and unique minting errors. Uncirculated coins, especially those graded as MS-65 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, can command impressive prices. Even more rare are the bicentennial Kennedy half-dollars with specific minting anomalies, such as double dies, repunched mint marks, or errors in the edge lettering on special collector's issues. One of the most fascinating aspects of this coin is how its value can soar when found in pristine condition or with unique features. Collectors often seek out business strike coins that were never circulated and have remained flawless for decades. When authenticated and slabbed in top condition, these coins tell a story of preservation and rarity, something highly prized in the numismatic world. Now, here's where the excitement really kicks in. Among all the Kennedy half-dollars minted for the bicentennial, there have been rare discoveries that made headlines: coins with perfect strikes, flawless surfaces, and in some cases, subtle but significant errors that create scarcity and drive collector demand through the roof. And what about the market? Over the years, some extraordinary examples of the 1776 to 1976 Kennedy half-dollar, especially those with rare mint marks or in near-perfect mint state, have sold at auction for sums that few modern coins ever achieve. One truly remarkable coin, a flawless, high-grade bicentennial Kennedy half-dollar with an exceptional pedigree, recently shattered expectations by selling for a staggering amount. The final price? A mind-blowing $85,000. Yes, you heard that right. $85,000 for a coin minted as part of a mass-produced series, now transformed into a rare gem that represents American history and numismatic excellence. So, what should you do if you have one of these Kennedy half-dollars sitting in your collection or even in an old jar? First, examine it carefully. Look for the dual date, 1776 to 1976, check for mint marks, and assess the condition. If it shines brightly, with minimal wear and sharp details, consider having it professionally graded. And if you spot anything unusual, like a mint mark doubling or an odd edge, it might be worth digging deeper. Today, we're zooming in on a fascinating and sometimes overlooked gem from American coinage, the United States Kennedy half-dollar from 1988. At first glance, this coin might seem like just another piece of everyday currency, but hidden beneath its familiar design lies a world of rarity, intrigue, and potentially life-changing value. The Kennedy half-dollar has been a staple of American coinage since its debut in 1964, commemorating the beloved President John F. Kennedy. Over the decades, this coin has captured the hearts of collectors and casual holders alike. But the 1988 edition, especially those minted with particular mint marks, carries a special allure. The year 1988 was notable because the production of the Kennedy half-dollar was shifting primarily toward collector and special issues rather than widespread circulation. This created conditions ripe for rarity and valuable errors, particularly among coins struck at the Philadelphia Mint, identified by the P mint mark. Now, let's talk design. The 1988 Kennedy half-dollar features the classic left-facing portrait of President Kennedy, detailed and dignified, reflecting a legacy of hope and resilience. On the reverse, the iconic presidential seal, an eagle clutching an olive branch and arrows, is displayed with precision and pride. But what makes some 1988 coins stand apart isn't just their design but subtle variations and minting anomalies that numismatists prize. One critical factor collectors watch for is the mint mark itself. The 1988 Kennedy half-dollar was produced at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, marked by a P or D respectively. The Philadelphia Mint, in particular, is the origin of some rare variants and error coins. For instance, some 1988 Kennedy half-dollars bear double die obverse errors, where elements of the president's face or the lettering appear doubled or shadowed. These minting imperfections are rare and highly sought after because they represent moments when the usually flawless minting process faltered, creating unique and one-of-a-kind coins. In addition to double dies, some 1988 coins have been found with missing or misplaced mint marks, a rare mishap that instantly elevates a coin's desirability. Imagine holding a coin with the famous Kennedy profile but without that tiny P on the edge where you'd expect it. Collectors go wild for such anomalies. Condition is another essential ingredient when it comes to coin value. Kennedy half-dollars from 1988 that were circulated extensively usually have diminished value. However, uncirculated or proof coins, those that were specially made for collectors and kept in pristine condition, can command a hefty premium. A coin graded as MS65 or higher, showing no signs of wear and boasting full luster, becomes a shining star in any collection. Beyond condition and errors, there are also special proof sets and collector's editions of the 1988 Kennedy half-dollar that add layers of appeal. These coins were struck with extra care, often at the Philadelphia Mint, with mirror-like surfaces and razor-sharp details. While not as rare as some error coins, high-grade proofs remain highly desirable and can fetch solid sums among enthusiasts. So, why does this matter? Why should the 1988 Kennedy half-dollar grab your attention today? The answer lies in the market's recognition of the coin's rarity and the fervent demand from collectors worldwide. Over the years, some remarkable 1988 Kennedy half-dollars have emerged from private collections and auctions, stunning observers with their near-perfect preservation and rare error characteristics. The highlight? One exceptional 1988 Kennedy half-dollar, featuring a rare mint mark error combined with flawless, uncirculated condition, recently made waves in the coin world. After an intense bidding war, this coin sold for an astonishing sum, a staggering $95,000. Yes, $95,000 for a single coin from 1988, a coin that many might overlook in their collection. This shows just how powerful rarity, condition, and the collector's eye can be when combined. Today, we're diving deep into an extraordinary piece of American numismatic history, the 1981 United States Kennedy half-dollar. This coin, while seemingly just another half-dollar in circulation, hides an exciting story and the potential to be worth far more than its face value. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just curious about coins, this video will take you on a fascinating journey through the design, rarity, and incredible value of the 1981 Kennedy half-dollar, with a surprising twist at the end. The Kennedy half-dollar was first minted in 1964, shortly after the tragic assassination of President John F. Kennedy, as a tribute to one of America's most beloved leaders. Since then, it has become a staple of American coinage, celebrated for its iconic design and historical significance. By 1981, the Kennedy half-dollar was well established, but the coins minted this year hold particular interest for collectors. Let's start with the design. The obverse features the timeless portrait of President Kennedy, crafted with remarkable detail. His profile, bold and dignified, captures the spirit of a leader who inspired a nation. The reverse shows the presidential seal, an eagle clutching an olive branch and arrows, symbolizing peace and readiness for defense. This design has remained largely unchanged, but subtle variations and minting details make specific years, like 1981, especially noteworthy. In 1981, the U.S. Mint produced Kennedy half-dollars at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, marked with a P and D, respectively. While millions of these coins entered circulation, a closer look reveals that not all 1981 coins are created equal. Some are common and still valuable as keepsakes, but others have fascinating mint errors and rare qualities that can make them truly priceless. One important aspect collectors look for is the condition. Most 1981 Kennedy half-dollars you find in change have been circulated, with scratches, wear, and lost luster, which unfortunately diminishes their value. However, uncirculated coins from this year, especially those graded MS-65 or higher by professional graders like PCGS or NGC, can be worth significantly more. These coins retain their original mint shine, sharp details, and have no marks or damage, but rarity isn't just about condition. Some 1981 Kennedy half-dollars exhibit unique minting errors that make them highly sought after. For instance, there are known varieties with double die obverse errors, where parts of Kennedy's profile or the inscriptions appear doubled. These subtle doubling effects occur due to a misalignment during the minting process, creating coins that are visually striking and rare. Another intriguing error involves the missing mint mark or misplaced mint marks on some coins, which again increases collector interest. Imagine holding a coin where the tiny P or D is absent or faint. These anomalies are like hidden treasures waiting to be discovered. Special collector's editions and proof coins from 1981 also add an extra layer of desirability. These coins were produced in limited numbers with superior quality, featuring mirror-like surfaces and intricate details designed to appeal to collectors. When preserved in pristine condition, proof coins can command impressive premiums. So, why should you care about the 1981 Kennedy half-dollar? Because despite being a relatively modern coin, it represents a perfect storm of historical significance, potential rarity, and strong collector demand. Many people have forgotten or overlooked these coins, leaving a hidden opportunity in drawers and coin albums across the country. Over the years, there have been remarkable auction sales and private transactions of 1981 Kennedy half-dollars that have stunned the numismatic community. One especially exceptional specimen, boasting flawless condition and a rare minting error, recently fetched an astounding sum at auction. The final price tag? A staggering $93,000. That's right, $93,000 for a single 1981 Kennedy half-dollar, transforming a small piece of metal into a priceless artifact of American history and minting artistry. If you have any Kennedy half-dollars from 1981, take a moment to examine them carefully. Look for clear mint marks, check the coin's condition, and watch for any unusual doubling or missing features. If something looks out of place, consider having your coin professionally graded and authenticated. You might be sitting on a small fortune without even knowing it. Today, we're diving into one of the more intriguing and undervalued treasures from American coinage, the 1983 United States Kennedy half-dollar. At first glance, it might look like just another coin, but beneath its familiar surface lies a fascinating tale of design, minting nuances, and incredible potential value that could change the game for collectors everywhere. The Kennedy half-dollar has been a staple of American currency since its introduction in 1964, honoring the legacy of President John F. Kennedy. Fast forward to 1983, and you have a coin minted during a period when the half-dollar was transitioning from everyday currency to more of a collectible item. While millions were produced, certain 1983 Kennedy half-dollars hold a special place in numismatic circles, especially those with specific mint marks, rare minting errors, or exceptional condition. Let's start by appreciating the design. The obverse features the iconic portrait of President Kennedy, sharp, dignified, and instantly recognizable. His profile, rendered in intricate detail, stands as a testament to his lasting impact on America. The reverse displays the presidential seal, a majestic eagle clutching arrows and an olive branch, symbolizing the nation's readiness for peace and defense. It's a design that has become synonymous with the Kennedy half-dollar and American pride. In 1983, the U.S. Mint produced these coins primarily at two locations, Philadelphia, marked with a P, and Denver, marked with a D. While the majority of the coins entered general circulation, a number of pieces were produced for collectors, including proofs and uncirculated coins that are far rarer than their circulated counterparts. When it comes to value, condition is king. Most 1983 Kennedy half-dollars found in circulation show signs of wear, scratches, dull surfaces, and loss of detail that significantly reduce their value. But coins that have been carefully preserved in uncirculated or proof condition can be exceptionally valuable. Those graded MS-65 or higher by grading companies like PCGS or NGC are especially prized, maintaining their original luster and sharp details decades after minting. But rarity isn't just about condition. Some 1983 Kennedy half-dollars have fascinating minting errors that elevate their appeal. For example, certain coins exhibit a double die obverse error, where parts of Kennedy's portrait or the lettering appear doubled or shadowed. This error occurred due to a misalignment during the die preparation process and creates visually striking coins that are extremely rare. Another sought-after error involves the mint mark. Some 1983 coins were struck with missing or misplaced mint marks, anomalies that instantly pique collectors' interest. A coin missing its expected P or D mint mark, or with a faint or doubled mint mark, can fetch a significantly higher price because such mistakes are unusual and hard to find. In addition to these errors, the 1983 Kennedy half-dollar proof coins and special collector's editions are gems in their own right. Struck with extra care, these proofs feature mirror-like surfaces and razor-sharp details. Their limited mintage and superior finish make them highly collectible and valuable, especially when kept in pristine condition. So, what makes the 1983 Kennedy half-dollar truly stand out in today's collector market? It's the perfect combination of historical significance, minting anomalies, and the shift in the half-dollar's role from circulating coin to collectible item. While many were produced, only a few survived in top-notch condition or bear those rare errors that set them apart. Over time, a few extraordinary examples of this coin have surfaced, stunning collectors and experts alike. One particularly exceptional 1983 Kennedy half-dollar, featuring a rare minting error and preserved in impeccable condition, recently made headlines when it sold for an astounding sum at auction. The final sale price? A jaw-dropping $98,000, yes, $98,000 for a single 1983 Kennedy half-dollar, a testament to how rarity, condition, and collector demand can transform a seemingly ordinary coin into a priceless treasure. If you happen to own a 1983 Kennedy half-dollar, take a close look at its details. Check for clear mint marks, any signs of doubling, and overall condition. And if you spot anything unusual, it might be time to get it professionally graded and authenticated, because that small coin could be worth far more than you ever imagined. Today, we're diving into a fascinating chapter of American numismatics with a deep look at the United States Kennedy half-dollar from the year 2000. This coin might seem like just another piece of currency, but hidden in its details lies a story of history, artistry, and potentially incredible value that could surprise even seasoned collectors. Whether you're a coin enthusiast or just curious about what makes certain coins stand out, this video is packed with insights you don't want to miss. The Kennedy half-dollar first hit the scene in 1964, created as a tribute to President John F. Kennedy following his tragic assassination. Since then, it has become one of the most recognizable and cherished coins in American history. Fast forward to the year 2000, a new millennium, new challenges, and a fascinating phase in the life of this iconic coin. The Kennedy half-dollar of 2000 represents more than just currency. It captures a moment in time when traditional coinage was slowly giving way to digital transactions, yet collectors were still passionate about preserving these tangible pieces of history. Let's start by exploring the coin's design. The obverse features the classic, dignified profile of President Kennedy, a portrait that has remained largely unchanged since its inception. Every line, every contour on his face tells a story of leadership and legacy. The reverse shows the presidential seal, an eagle clutching arrows and olive branches, a symbol of the nation's strength and desire for peace. The craftsmanship in these coins is exquisite, and 2000 marks a year where the mint continued to honor this legacy with precision. The 2000 Kennedy half-dollar was minted primarily at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, marked by a P or a D, respectively. While many coins from this era were produced for circulation, some special editions and uncirculated versions were struck for collectors, which brings us to the heart of today's discussion: rarity and value. Circulated coins, as you might expect, show wear and tear, scratches, faded luster, and minor dents that significantly reduce their market value. But when you come across a 2000 Kennedy half-dollar in mint state, meaning it's never been in circulation and remains in the pristine condition as when it left the mint, you're holding something truly special. These uncirculated coins retain their original shine and sharp details, which can make a huge difference in the eyes of collectors. Beyond condition, mint errors and variations can elevate the value of a coin dramatically. Some 2000 Kennedy half-dollars show interesting minting anomalies. For example, certain coins feature double die obverse errors, where parts of the president's profile or the inscriptions appear doubled. This error is caused during the die preparation process and results in a coin that is visually unique and highly sought after. Another captivating variation includes the missing or misplaced mint mark errors. Mint marks are tiny but critical details that indicate where the coin was produced. Coins missing their mint mark or having it in the wrong spot are rare and can fetch significant premiums on the collector's market. These anomalies are often accidental but instantly transform ordinary coins into collector's treasures. Special collector's editions of the 2000 Kennedy half-dollar, such as proof coins, are also noteworthy. Proof coins are struck with extra care, often multiple times, resulting in a mirror-like finish and razor-sharp details. These proofs are made for collectors and are generally not meant for circulation, making them much rarer than the standard coins. Why does all of this matter? Because despite the seemingly large production numbers for 2000 Kennedy half-dollars, only a fraction survive in exceptional condition or with these rare errors. This scarcity combined with high collector demand means that some coins from this year have skyrocketed in value over the last 2 decades. Let me share a jaw-dropping example. Recently, a pristine 2000 Kennedy half-dollar, with an extremely rare mint mark error and in flawless uncirculated condition, went under the hammer. The bidding was fierce, and the final price shattered expectations. This coin sold for an incredible sum, $70,000. That's right, $70,000 for a single coin that, to the untrained eye, might look like any other half-dollar from the year 2000. This incredible price reflects how condition, rarity, and the passion of collectors can turn a simple coin into a priceless artifact. So, what should you do if you find a 2000 Kennedy half-dollar in your collection or loose change? Take a close look. Examine the mint mark carefully, look for any signs of doubling or other unusual features, and consider having the coin professionally graded. Even if you don't find a rare error, uncirculated coins in great condition could still hold surprising value. Thanks for joining me on this in-depth journey into the world of the 2000 Kennedy half-dollar. If you enjoyed learning about this remarkable coin, please like the video, subscribe to the channel for more amazing coin stories, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on exciting discoveries. Have you ever found a rare coin or error in your collection? Share your experiences in the comments. I love hearing your stories. Until next time, keep your eyes sharp, your collection's growing, and remember, sometimes, the coins we think we know best hide the greatest surprises.